This is Rudy. What's going on? I like to give my thoughts and point of view about Chicano culture and community. Always just sharing history. Love to show who our Chicano leaders are. Check out my videos if you haven't. I've talked a lot about myself growing up, you know, being a Chicano from Northern Cali, not speaking Spanish, not being your typical Mexican American or Mexican kid. But for me, I'm Chicano, not Mexican. I don't call myself Mexican, especially since I really started learning history throughout the past 10, throughout my 20s, the past 9 years, really understanding what is the culture and the background of the heritage that we come from, learning from the Mexica movement, who Olin was a part of the Chicano movement, learning and creating, you know, the Mexica movement where he really put it out there. He is the reason why a lot of people, know not Latino, not Hispanic, and really understanding why we are native people to this continent. But as in being Chicano, for me, like growing up, I don't speak Spanish. I'm not Catholic. I didn't grow up eating sopa like that. Like your typical Mexican foods every day, in and day out. I'm like fourth generation on both sides. Like my family, I talk about my history a lot of, you know, you could watch my videos. But other than that, I'm Chicano because, yeah, I could say I love lowriders. You could say uh, I understand the culture of what a Chicano was meant to be. Also, though, before, while the Chicano movement is a state of mind, it's a revolution. It's also people understanding their mestizo of being people who were what, native to this land, indigenous to this land, while we carry mestizo, Spanish, European blood, and also adapting to the system of the United States. That's what uh, being Chicano was. You ever seen the figure where it has the Spaniard, the Aztec, and then the Mexican in the middle? That's the Chicano. That the new era. Because even throughout any history, throughout any culture, everybody who has moved created something new, right? The Europeans came here and they became Americans, and they became New Spain. Everybody does it, and us as Chicanos, we did that while living in the system of the United States, while learning from the black community, the revolution. People like Malcolm X and Farrakhan are people who were Corky Gonzalez and Cesar Chavez learned from, the Chicano movement learned from. But being a Chicano for me is not saying that I'm better than a Mexican. It's not me saying I'm trying to be ashamed of being a Mexican. Being Chicano is knowing that we created and I'm a part of something of the new way, the new heritage that was adapted. That was, to me, understanding, you know, it doesn't matter if I don't speak Spanish, if I grew up being Catholic, that I like hamburgers uh, more than, some Mexican food growing up, and then that is what being Americanized, some people would say, but it's Chicano now. It's understanding the history of change. For me, being Chicano is not me saying that I'm better than a Mexican. It's about the new culture, the heritage that was created. I love to see lowriders, We understand the power, we understand the fight. As being Chicano, we understand the revolution of living in the United States, and that they have this system where we could speak up without, having to pull out the AKs, straight going to war all the time. Because, hey, we're not thankful to be on this continent. They are. Our people are already here roaming this land. A very smart people who already created and had pyramids throughout, the whole continent from the United States to what is Mexico. That is what is, they keep us blind from. Keep you not understanding of who we are, just become an American now. You're either an American. How are you not an American? Yes, I was born in this nation, but for me, I'm Chicano. I'm not a Mexican. I'm not an American. I'm a Chicano. I understand being mestizo, you know, being conquered, living in the system of the United States. Hey, but I love lowriders too. I love the culture that recreated as being Chicanos. Would you say? But for me, not growing up speaking Spanish, being, if you could watch my video, Michoacan, Mexico, I talk about being there. Uh, and you could just check out my videos, seeing what I've talked about. But for me, I'm Chicano through and through. I'm not Mexican. I'm not Hispanic because I'm not Hispanic. I'm not Latino because, I'm not from Latin America. I don't honor, Latin Rome and, what's, more identifying as the European ideology using Hispanic and Latino, anyways. So, other than that, I'm Chicano because some say what? Chicano comes from Mexico, comes from the word Mexico. Mexico is short for Chicano, is short from that, some would say. Check those videos out. Other than that, this is it right there. Peace out. Culture is power. History is knowledge. Leave your thoughts and comments. Always give this a like. Check out my videos if you haven't. Peace.